Previously on Balls.
Nick, how's it going? Wow, you're looking very smart.
Thank you.
You're off to the Ascot races today.
Yep, very exciting. My big day of the year.
You really have a tough life. We spoke to you covering the whole IPL championship. Then you told me you've just come back from Spain, and now you in London going to the races.
Yeah, well, I'm getting around. It's a big thing, this Royal Ascot. It's fun to go on the Friday. The CEO of the racecourse is the father of a good friend of mine, so I managed to weasel my way in. It's a good invitation, and I've got my top hat, and I'm ready to go.
A few pims and G&Ts await.
Yeah, lots of that all day. So that's exciting. And good to drown the sorrows of South Africa's poor showing in this tournament.
We can't avoid talking about it today, I'm afraid. But yeah, so let's get it over and done with. I mean, we choked. The coach admitted to it. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah, probably. I mean, we obviously just aren't very good in pressure situations. We never turned up at the races. 80 for 8 was just a very poor showing. I know we've had lots of injuries, but we should be a bit better than that. And it's a sad way for Gary Kirsten to finish his career. He shouldn't really be leaving. I think he should have taken some more responsibility instead of the team another year or two. But it is what it is, and
Family obligations and all that.
yeah, let's see what happens next.
Sure. I guess it was just no South Africans kind of got those big scores that are needed to win a semi-final,
Well, I
especially
think
AB de Villiers.
we were lucky to get to the semi-final with winning only one group game.
I guess.
And we should have lost that game to the West Indies. We got very lucky with a rain tie. I don't know. I guess South Africa didn't expect to win this tournament, and the semi-final perhaps wasn't such a bad showing. But I think they could have done better even with some missing players. I think their confidence was low without the likes of Morkel and Steyn and Smith and Callis, and
Sure.
they were a bit like fish out of water in that semi-final.
Sure. And of course, England and up against India in the final. Is all your money on India?
I don't know. It's big stuff. England seem professional, and India seem much more professional than usual. I mean, it's the first time that an Indian side has only got good fielders. I mean, Indians usually are were the worst fielders in world cricket, but the side is young. They're not carrying any of the old pros that they used to. There are no Tendulkars or Harbhajan Singhs, or there are no passengers, Dravids or Lakshmans. They're all young and hungry, and they've all proven themselves in IPL level. Perhaps it's India's go. I just don't know. England are taking that cricket seriously. They seem to have the measure of Australia ahead of the Ashes.
Sure.
The long summer of cricket here, but I'm running away. I'm going to the West Indies. Jamaica are hosting some cricket between West Indies, Sri Lanka, and India, and I think I'm going to leave for sunnier shores.
Oh, another tough trip. And tell me, what's the vibe been like around this ICC trophy? I mean, have you noticed, people coming from different countries to watch? Have you been to any of the games? What's the vibe been like in the stadiums?
It's been a particularly good tournament. It's been very well run. The ICC are very thorough. Every game has just about been sold out. And the wonderful thing about England is that it's so cosmopolitan. They can fill if India plays somebody in Cardiff, even they can fill a crowd, and it looks like you're in New Delhi. and the same went for Sri Lankan fans, Pakistani fans. They put us South Africans to shame. To think how many South Africans there are in London, we hardly saw any of the South African games.
Yeah, true. And now I heard you were out with some of the South African players the other night.
Well, after they after they got through, after tying with the West Indies, the side were in very good spirits. And,
Maybe they were celebrating a little too early.
yeah, I wouldn't say celebrating. Certainly won't mention any names, but
Come on.
they were out having some fun, and I think they deserved it. They had a few days off before the next game, and perhaps England or India would have rather just had one drink, and our guys had three or four. But I don't know.
Where do our guys go in London to have a good time?
I don't know. They're staying quite nice hotel in Kensington. We were in Cardiff that night
Okay.
in a funny little place. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Anyhow, I think we can't give them a hard time for having a couple of drinks. But Dale Steyn did tweet a funny photo the next day of everybody passed out on the bus, 3 or 4 guys sleeping on the floor.
You seem to be treading very lightly. I don't think you're giving them as hard a time, or certainly as the South African press is doing here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know this is an important tournament, but it's not a World Cup, and it's such a short tournament that anybody can win it with just by winning a few games in a row. But having said that, the world's ranked number 1 and 2 sides are the ones that have made it through to the final,
Which makes
and
sense.
yeah, perhaps they have been more professional than us.
Cool. Oh well, maybe that's made everyone feel a little bit better. Thanks, Nick. Lovely to catch up with you there in England, and enjoy your day at the races.
Thanks so much, Hayley. Lovely to chat.
Okay, cheers. Keep well.
Bye.
Bye. Right, that's Nick Sadleir over at the ICC Champions Trophy. Cricket journalist, he covered the IPL, he's just covered the ICC, and then he's going off to the West Indies to cover some cricket there. So, I don't think he has it too tough, old Nick, but always nice to catch up with him.
The Hayley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on balls.co.za.